Come on, everybody. Let's go. They deserve it. They deserve it. Thank you. And for some reason, this money wants to leave with me. So if you don't claim it, I'm going to claim it because I know it's green and there's a 20 and a couple of singles. Colton, go ahead and take it.
Again for Randy Annunziata. There we go. All right. And now for our CDL instructor, Joseph Burge. Give a hand for him. Here he comes with the CDL award.
I'm as nervous as y'all. All right, I got to look down at my notes as well. My name's Joseph Burge. I'm the CDO instructor at Elite, and this was my first class. So I learned and I got to grow with these guys because we were all new at this. Like, you know, I was as scared as they was when they come out. So when it got down to the CDO award, I thought about how to approach it, the best way to choose who fit the award. So I just really went with who inspired me the most. And this young man could have possibly been the worst driver, period. And I was trying to help him, and honestly, I was just terrified. I was terrified, like, well, what am I going to do if I cannot help him in some way? Because what you learn is you've got to teach 30-something ways to teach someone. You've got to understand how to do that, and it gets overwhelming sometimes. So by the third day I had him, which is pretty much the last before he tests, he still did not get it. He was just like, can't do it. And with the help of two wonderful and dedicated classmates, he practiced all weekend, defied the odds, and now he can dig holes with a Class A CDL. He can run a hand line with a Class A CDL. He can set posts with a Class A CDL. But the most important part is he's going to graduate with a Class A CDL, and that is Cameron Hunter. And to let you in on that, after he got them, he went around and let everyone know, hey, you need help with that? I've got a Class A CDL. You want me to help you with that hole? I can dig it. I got a Class A CDL.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Colton, it's back to you.
Okay. All right, Shane, come with me. So I'm Colton Witt. I do marketing and stuff here at the school. And this is Shane Hite, instructor extraordinaire.
And I'm
Jimmy.
really nervous.
Yeah,
I always
nervous.
get nervous right here, even though I've looked at these faces for 11 weeks, feels like 3 years, but everybody else I don't know, so it's a little bit weird.
Yeah. So what we're about to do, and before we do anything, why don't we ask everybody, if you work at Elite, come on up on the stage with us.
So all these guys, I think you probably was introduced to most of these at the rodeo this morning, but these ladies right here, they deal with these guys before we get to talk to them. Then once they get here, they babysit all of us, including us, plus these guys. So if it wasn't for these three, it would be interesting for sure. All these guys in the back, instructors. Waylon obviously does all the character building stuff, and David as well on Thursday. So it's a good group of people right here. This is what makes it work. So thank y'all. I'll tell y'all thank y'all
sure.
from me.
Yep.
So.
Give them a hand. Okay, so this is what we're about to do. We're about to give out their certificates, but we don't just do like the traditional graduation where we say, so-and-so, come up here, and then we give them their certificate. In a way, we kind of roast them a little bit. That's a little bit of a light. Some of these are, listen, we're going to explain how this works. Y'all know superlatives like when you're in high school, like most likely to succeed, best dressed, stuff like that, right? So we do funny superlatives. And we get a group of some of the students, and those of you that helped, you know who you are, along with Shane and myself, and we come up with these funny superlatives.
It was not me.
Yes, it was. Some of these were him. Yeah. So, and some of these, we've done some in the past that have been really hard to read. And there are some on this page that are going to be hard for us. So if you're mad at us afterwards, hopefully we can, make up and it'll all be fine. But yeah, it's all jokes. It's all jokes. Just
Mom
know that.
is going to be mad at us for
Yeah,
sure.
moms, please don't kill us. So
And we will try our best to tell a story to kind of tie this in, but some of them, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know about them until these guys that helped us come up with it. So, but the ones I can tell a story, I will, and I hope I do a good job. If I don't, sorry.
all right, so let's do the first one. And this individual, the way our process of enrollment works, this is how it works. They go on our website, they fill out the form on the website, Become Elite form, and then they talk to us. You talk to Jordan, and then she'll send an application, and they'll fill out an application. And then a lot of times how we'll review these applications is Jordan will bring in like 3, 4, how many into lunch, and we all eat lunch together. And so we'll go over these applications. Now, this particular person, after we've gotten to know him, we're not surprised by what was on his application. But on his application, we usually have someone, every now and again, we'll have allergies. Usually if there's an allergy, it says something like peanuts or something like that, bees. Well, this person wrote bunnies. Not rabbits, bunnies.
That conversation went on longer than what it needed to when we talked about it. There's no way this is real.
Yeah, well,
Until.
yeah, so most likely to cry while watching Looney Tunes, Houston Ponder.
You're the one that put it on the application. And when you introduced yourself the first day of class, you said, I'm allergic to bunnies.
Yeah, here you go.
Go ahead. Now you talk.
That one.
This 2 minutes that we told you have. There you go.
Here's this. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't think I'm allergic to bunnies. I really have no idea.
Is it a joke?
It was one time I got real itchy, got crazy. All right, I wrote a speech. Unlike these losers, they're going to come up here, say thank you, and that's it. I'm really nervous. I full-hearted believe my journey started with a prayer. Lord, bend me to your will and take me where I need to go. The next day I got told I could get into Elite and got my money to Jordan on the day of the deadline. I struggled in the first half. I was fighting 2 battles and losing both. I was in a broken relationship and I wasn't sure where I was supposed to be. My head was anywhere but my feet. But day by day I fought and got by. And I took in everything they had to teach me. Some things did go over my head. A lot of things did go over my head. Probably can't tie a hand line if I had to. But the things they taught me about myself are things that'll carry me for the rest of my life. And I have no doubt in my head I was exactly where I was supposed to be in the last 11 weeks. And I want to thank everybody that helped me get there, and it was a true blessing.
Good job.
All right, so this next one. I'll have a comment in just a minute, but I'll go ahead with this one. This kid, I didn't say all this, but I'm pretty sure these guys here would not lie to me. But apparently this one gentleman is a little bit clumsy at just about everything he does, and I can kind of see it. So this didn't come from me. So most likely to trip over a wireless cord. Lake Pickens. That was your friends that said that, by the way. Yeah, I'm not just, yeah. You turn around here and talk. I'm just going to let it go.
I don't know what to say.
If you think you, just go ahead. Go.
I don't think I can do any better than Houston, but I'm just going to say thank you to everybody that helped, and I guess that's it.
Okay, so this guy was actually one of the guys in the video that you saw. And this individual, actually, you know, I'm going to go ahead and get him to come up here before I read his superlative. So, Drake, will you go ahead and come up on the stage, please? Okay. All right.
Just
when he
keep your
gets up
shirt on.
here, I want you to take a good look at Drake. Just look him over real good, okay? And then I'm going to read his superlative. Everybody look at him. Stand right here, Drake. Right here, real quick. Everybody look at him. There he is. All right. Most likely to get his crew in trouble for child labor laws. Drake Dean. There you go. There you go.
I get it. I look 12. I mean, I'm 18. But, I mean, I really ain't got much to say. I just want to say thank you to my family and all my friends and them pushing me to get here and where I am today. And I want to thank all the instructors, especially Randy. He really pushed me to limits I didn't know I could reach, and I appreciate that.
Good job.
Just let me say this real quick. I drew just a little bit of a backstory. I drew a picture, a really nice picture on the board today, 2 days ago about what needed to happen today, where they needed to sit, how they needed to come up and get this, and I even drew a picture where not to stand on this stage. And look at these three right here. And then when we get here, they're sitting out in, like all over the auditorium right here. So y'all scoot over right here because we're probably going to get some pictures right here. Y'all start. Okay. Don't fall off in the hole with the drums. It's every day. 11 weeks worth of that. So. Okay. All right. So this guy right here, we have a really, really strict don't be late rule, and text Randy and myself in time to get there. Don't wait till 5 minutes before you're supposed to show up if it takes you 30 minutes to get to school. Just give us a heads up. Don't be late. So this one was late a lot, really close to sending him home. So most likely to get fired before his first day on the job. It's Braden Reimer. Please don't be late.
I really don't know what to say to all y'all, but I'd like to say thank you to these guys. They really helped change me as a person and see my life for the better and change me for the better, and I'd just like to say thank you for that.
Okay, so every single one of these, we do these superlatives, and I like to say we have some jokes that are low-hanging fruit jokes, okay? And they're real obvious, and this one literally is low-hanging fruit. We have a couple guys, and I feel like a little bad, you know, because I'm tall, and these people are not tall. They're very short. And so it feels like I'm making fun of short people, which I guess I am. And yes, I am. I totally am. So I'll need, if we can show a picture up on the screen, please. Okay, so this is a bucket truck, as you see, bucket truck, all right? Now I want you to show, we put this person in a bucket truck with a step stool. This is what happens. Everybody look. There he is. Okay. So most likely to need a step stool in the bucket, Jose Torres.
That was mean, Colton.
Oh, yeah, here you go. My bad.
I'd like to thank my mom. I wouldn't be able to be this short without her. On a serious note, these instructors taught us things that, I didn't prep for this. Sorry, hold on. They really helped me expand my limits. I did things this past 11 weeks that I didn't know I could do. So thank you to all of them. Thanks to my family for their support.
I'm really shocked none of them took the money right there. It's still laying there. That shocks me. All right, so this one, I have witnessed this one. It's not too much of a, I can't really explain it a whole lot. So most likely to be the worst equipment operator in the history of Elite is Jake Fawcett. I think that was your buddies. That was your friends that done that.
Hey, there was a story, though. There was a story.
What was the story? I don't even know the story.
I think it was.
Oh, yes, yeah. You go here and stand. You can stand up front. So what had happened, I remember now. So what had happened, they changed out all the climbing circle poles as their task for run the line truck to dig and set poles to operate it. And so I was actually off, I think, that Thursday that happened, or left early. So I come back, and they told me, somebody about tore the building down. I was like, what in the world are you talking about? So he was driving the Mini X, had some pole hooks on it and dragging some poles around where we could set them. So he almost tore the building down with the Mini X. So that's what that story was. I had forgot. I'm sorry. So now that makes the story
Makes a little more sense.
I will say that it was just a bump. It was just a bump.
I heard the whole thing shook.
It was a heavy bucket. Okay, but I'd like to thank all these instructors for pouring into all of us. You know, they did things that they didn't have to do, and every day they made sure that we were better when we left than when we came in. And I'd like to thank my family for always being there for me, pushing me, supporting me, and thanks to everybody that had our backs through this whole 11 weeks. Good job.
Okay, so I'm coming back with another short joke. Okay, so this person is also short, and this one's kind of mean. I really, oh gosh. So this person is short, and apparently his girlfriend is taller than him. Okay, so anyways, most likely to use Jose's step stool to kiss his girlfriend, Cameron Hunter.
I hope she's not mad.
We're sorry, we are.
For one, she's not taller. And I just want to say thanks for all the instructors and all the help over the past 11 weeks. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so this next one, military guy, thank you. So I didn't see the video, but I think some of these guys, I saw a video of this guy just wearing somebody out. Apparently he was a kickboxer. I'll go ahead and ask you, was you a kickboxer? Okay, so he done kickboxing. So I think some of these guys, and you'll see, would not want to get in a fight, not even get in within reach, probably get you anyway. But most likely to scissor kick his lineman. Yeah. Linemen like to run their mouth a lot, so he may have an opportunity. So most likely to scissor kick his lineman is Ryan Clore.
I should have. I didn't even think about it.
I forgot you had a picture too.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
That's a real picture. I want to say thank you to my family for supporting me through the school. It's hard leaving a career, coming back to school, and thank you to the instructors for pushing us and teaching us every day. But thank you.
Okay. Okay, so for this next guy, when you come to the school, they all are dressed exactly the same. They look the same. They're all wearing the same exact clothes, all right? Same shirt, same boots. Most of them are all in jeans. Well, we're told in figuring out these superbs, this individual, when he's outside, he's wearing Timberlands and joggers and like all kinds of stuff like that. and like he takes care of, you know, his hair, his beard, he's taking care of stuff. So most likely to use beard oil, Justin Rush. Yeah.
As you can see, I got my Timbs on. I tied them up for this event, so it's pretty nice. But in all seriousness, though, I'd like to thank everybody for helping me, pushing me, and really it's helped me get through a lot and figure out just a situation I want to be in, and I couldn't do it without anybody else. So I really appreciate it.
Oh, wow. Colton, you got me the good ones. He's going to hate me for this, but just so you know, when I call your name, your buddies is the one that done this too. So apparently this one, and I've heard it, so he has a really weird laugh.
There's a picture.
Also, we have a picture right here, so let's just see it. So when he laughs and tells a really good story that he thinks is like super, super funny, he laughs like a goat. So there's your picture. So most likely to be mistaken for a goat when he's laughing is Ethan Hicks. Well, that was your friends that said that.
I just want to say thank you to everybody at Elite for pushing me every single day, and I want to thank my family for supporting me through this. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so for this next guy, this is another joke. We're like, sorry in advance. But this guy has diabetes, okay? All right? And listen, it's not terribly mean. It's just a joke, okay? He's got diabetes, and we have to keep track of his insulin levels and stuff. So most likely to keep a donut in his first aid kit, Lucas Malhoit.
I just want to say thank you to everybody at Elite for everything they did, my parents for supporting me. That's about it.
We'll get the next one this one.
All right, so this guy is from upstate New York. Randy's from New York, from the Bronx, so it's a little bit different total state, but it's close enough for them to kind of be friends. Randy has some tattoos. This guy has a few. We wasn't too many days in when he started asking Randy about his tattoos, right? So, you know, that went, we tend to get on a little bit of rabbit trails when we get in some conversations, but most likely to get a tattoo of Randy is Julian Diaz. You said Randy was your hero.
I just want to let you guys know that would never happen. I would hate to look at that every day. All right, I would like to thank my family back there for supporting me throughout this entire school, and the people here at Elite, they really pushed me to be the greatest I could be here, you know. Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay, so back to diabetes for a second. So this person is, well, not really diabetes. This person has been an EMT, okay? And he has rescued people. And look, when something happens at the school, there's an emergency of some kind, he is jumping into action, and he is going to rescue that person. I remember one day, I think it was Chad or Derek, I can't remember. It was Derek. Something hit you in the head, and you was bleeding. And I just remember this individual come running. He said, "We need a first aid kit. Where's the first aid kit?" And so then I take off running. We got 14 people looking for first aid kits. I bring him one, then he gets another one, and he's just, he's doing his thing, stitching him up, all that. So this happened multiple times. Multiple people have had things, and he has been there to rescue them. So most likely to stuff the donut in Lucas's mouth, Jacob Shepard.
Lucas, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's actually the complete opposite of what needs to happen, right? You need insulin, not sugar? Okay, just make sure.
We're just dumb linemen. We don't know. So,
just want to thank my family, especially my wife, having to deal with 2 kids while I've been going through school, and also, unfortunately, still working on an ambulance. It's not easy. So, thank you to all the instructors here at Elite. Also, so much more than just a lineman school, and it's been real. So, thank you.
So part of their task for themselves individually, whenever they get started, is to obviously grow up, and be responsible. We have some pretty intense stuff that they got to learn. One is wire sizes, knots and rope splicing and stuff is pretty intense. They need to know them. It's very important for them to even. They look at that a lot when they try to get a job. So employers are looking at that. So Randy has a way of, if they don't practice at home a little bit and take a little bit of effort to study on their own, they climb. So that's the end result of not knowing wire sizes and stuff. So this particular person would very quiet, never really said a whole lot at all. So whenever we would get scolded for not knowing our wire size and stuff, he'd be like, "Dudes, go home and study. All you got to do is just study. Please study, because I don't want to climb Randy. I'm scared to death of Randy." I don't know if he really said that, but so most likely to be the most scared of Randy probably ever in Elite is Bradley Wright. They really hate having to climb, so.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm a little bit scared of Randy. I don't want to climb if I don't have to, but I want to say thank you to my mom, my dad, and my family, and then all to the Elite instructors. Thank y'all.
Okay, I've been looking forward to this one. So we do something here at the school that you probably heard about from these guys. We call them interview days. And what happens with these interviews, a lot of times with these big power companies, the way they'll do interviews is they'll have a big panel instead of a one-on-one interview. They'll have several people interviewing you for the position. And so we have companies that come up along with people that we know that have helped at the school, and they form these little groups, these panels that are interviewing our students and helping them prepare. One, they could actually get hired in these interviews, but also if they don't, for those opportunities that come, it helps them do better on those interviews down the road. So, interview day's happening. It's a Tuesday, second day of interviews. And I walk in the classroom, and some of the students that have just gone were in there, and they were sitting and they were talking. Now, before I tell what I heard, Mark Nichols, I want you to go ahead and come up on the stage real quick, please, for me. Go ahead, Mark. Now, Mark comes with David Brown. David, will you raise your hand real high? David does all the character development, all the character stuff every Thursday, and Mark comes and helps David when David does all that stuff. So the way that Mark, look, I would not have expected to hear what I heard in this room. I walked in this room, and they say, "That Mark, he is lighting us up. He is mean. He has got all these terrible things to say. And then one individual, the one that on this piece of paper, he said, yeah, he called me a liar. He just straight up said I'm a liar on my resume and that I lied. And I was like, so then later, we get lunchtime and said, Mark, we have students saying that you're calling them a liar. And he said, I never called nobody a liar. So Mark, I would like you to explain yourself and tell everybody if this student is a liar or not.
Okay. All right. So this is day 2 of interviews, right? So I think I'm a pretty nice guy, right? I mean, I'm a pretty nice guy. We got Randy over here. It's real hard on him every day. There's guys in these interview rooms now that's pretty nasty to these guys, and they give them a pretty good hard time. But this guy in particular, now listen, these guys have amazing things on their resume. One of these students was working 2 full-time jobs apparently and going to high school virtually at the same time and make an honor roll. Like that's an impressive thing. Now it's not my job to validate whether this stuff's true or not, right? Another particular young man, halfway through his interview, he's talking about going to 3 different colleges, and he's got degrees from 3 different schools, and I'm looking down at his resume, and it's not on there. And I made the comment, if you have graduated from 3 different colleges, man, that's something that you should put on your resume. I mean, that's really impressive. That looks really good. Somehow that had turned into, I called him a liar. Well, I mean, I don't know that that's true, but the more I got to thinking about it, if you're going around telling everybody that I called you a liar, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck. So I think this award is probably most likely to lie on your resume.
That's right. Jacob Broussard, most likely to lie on his resume.
There's a good story behind this.
Well, tell us.
So there is a good story behind this. The fact that the age group is like, what, 18 to like 23? How old am I? 40. I'm 30. So I've held multiple jobs. I've been through Caterpillar colleges, Komatsu colleges, Shelton State, all kind of colleges. So yeah, I do have different certificates and whatever you want to call it. So we go on this interview, and I just had all this stuff listed with dates beside it and whatever, and we get in there, and Mark's looking at it, and he's like, that's really impressive. You did all this? That's what you did? That's you? Why don't you talk about it? And I was like, I don't know. Doesn't really apply to what I'm doing. So we get back, and I was like sitting in the classroom, and I was like, man, Mark, he just like called me out in the middle of all of this. Like I didn't really know what to say. And I was just sitting there, and I was like, well, guys, I'm older than y'all, so I have done a little bit more. I mean, granted. And I was like, you know what? I think he called me a liar. He's calling me a liar. So, but no hard feelings, Mark. You're still the man. I would like to thank my family, of course. The stuff that I've been through, changing careers and whatnot, they definitely pushed me to do this, and it took them a minute to beat it into my head, but we got here, and I did it. And guess what, Randy? I did finish, by the way. You see me standing here? Because Randy told me every day when I was throwing up off the pole, you're not going to finish, just quit right now. So, and harassed me. But I finished. I'd like to thank my family, especially everybody at Elite. Some of us older guys really do appreciate it a little bit more. Y'all stick beside us and made sure that we kept up and stayed in our place. So I do appreciate it. Thank y'all.
So just giving a little bit of that was hot. A little bit of a backstory to the throwing up off the pole. If they, during the first couple of weeks, it's pretty intense climbing. It's hot, stuff they've never really done. They thought they were pretty good athletes, played a lot of ball, but it's just different. It's a lot different. You use every ounce of your body, every move that you make. So they tend to not eat very much for lunches for those first 2 or 3 weeks. But after they get settled out of the climbing circle and really it slows down just a little bit, so then they go to eating a lot. There's always a story when somebody goes to lunch. I ordered 15 corn dogs and, what was it? Who's the big eater back here? See up here yet? So they're always talking about how much they ate at lunch. But this particular guy loves pizza, apparently. So I'm sure his folks probably know how much he eats. So most likely to eat CC's Pizza out of business is Brody McCurdy.
That is true. My mom's probably spent a lifetime of money on me eating. I just want to thank my family, all the instructors, all the staff at Elite, everybody for pushing me to make it to this point. Thank y'all.
Okay, this guy was in our video, and this guy, Mr. Dream On, so you already know who he is. And he's got a mustache. We've got a couple guys with mustaches. And I'm just going to show a picture. And, okay, most likely to be a member of the Village People. They're the YMCA on your way up here. Grayson Hunter.
That was so wrong.
I thought the mustache looked kind of good, but I guess not. But, I want to thank the instructors for really pushing me throughout the school to helping me put forth the effort to achieve a goal that I've wanted to achieve for a while. And I want to thank my family for pushing me through and always being there for me, and thank you.
So this next one, and I hadn't really thought anything about it till these guys, when we got them in to kind of talk about these, that he does do this. And I'm just going to tell you. So this is most likely to check his hair in your safety glasses. It's going to be Caleb Anderson. So our safety glasses they got a pretty good mirror to them. So he'll walk up to you and he's going, "What are you doing?" But he's going, "It must be nice. I can't do that." So
I'm definitely ill prepared for this. I have no speech. It's hard to come up with words on the spot, but I would just like to thank my family. First off, I wouldn't be here without them. There's no way I could do this without them. Definitely the instructors. They push us every day, and none of this would have happened without them. We learned a lot from them, and just thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Okay. So this next guy, I've never heard him say this, but these guys have informed me that he's said this a lot. As you know, these guys are applying for jobs, they're trying to find jobs, all this stuff. Right, the past few weeks, they've been really working on that, getting hired. Well, this person, everybody knows what per diem? Everybody knows what per diem is? Okay, this person is obsessed with per diem, okay? He might take a per diem job over we'll pay you $100,000 right now, salary all year. No, I want per diem. Give me per diem. And so, most likely to just work for per diem, Ryan Beard.
All right, so look, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of extra money at the end of the day, okay? And it's tax-free. But I do want to take a second to say thank my family for everything, pushing me to be here. And I want to say thank you to Randy and all the faculty and staff here for pushing me to where I can be. Thank you.
Stand in front of somebody.
all right, so this next one, we got a picture for right here. I'm sure a bunch of you my age has saw this picture right here. So let's see this. Look at this Head and Shoulders commercial picture right here. All right, so this next guy, he had a really sweet head of hair, really quiet, doesn't talk a lot, but we tell him to clean up just a little bit for interviews, so he cut his hair, and I hate that you couldn't see it live, but luckily, we have a picture. So, most likely to be in a Head and Shoulders commercial, Nathan Fields. Thank you.
I'd just like to thank my friends and family who came out here tonight. I love y'all. Especially my dad. Couldn't be here without you. You're awesome. All the instructors here at Elite pushing me, helping me build a solid base for a really awesome career. Thank you for that. And that's it.
Okay, this is another one that's like, I don't know, it's not the greatest, but we're going to go with it. We have two brothers in this class. They are from Kansas. They are the Clayton brothers over here. And look, there's no secret. They're the oldest guys in this group, okay? Like, these guys, most of them ain't married with kids. They got like, they have 3 kids, all married, like, and their kids aren't little. So, I mean, they got families that are older than, you know what I mean? So they're old, and these guys aren't. So what I'm saying is, this individual, most likely to be double his foreman's age, Chad Clayton.
I need to help you up. Okay. Not yet. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to all the instructors, ladies in the office, my wife, my kids, for all the support and the love. Thank you very much. Love you guys.
All right, so we get close to the end of class. Days slow down a lot between the interviews and a lot of other things, kind of not really run out of stuff to do, but it's just part of it. As the tasks get finished up, as they work in groups at the end, like a crew would work, we start getting cleaned up for the rodeo. So y'all noticed, hopefully, that it was decently cleaned up. So there's a lot of actual weed eating. We bush hogged just a little bit. Just to get it cleaned up, ready for the rodeo. So this guy, if he'd never had anything else to do, he'd always say, hey, look, can I weed eat? Okay, yeah, let's go, weed eat. So we'll go eat your weed eater. So most likely to be found weed eating on the job site is Noah Nunez. He's really good at it too, so I would hire him for sure.
Yes, I do like to weed eat, and I'm Mexican. But there's one thing, I do not speak Spanish. But I would like to thank my family, my friends, all the staff, and everyone I met. It was really hard coming from Illinois, but I really loved it. Thank you.
Okay, so this next guy, he was talked about in the video, and you're going to know who he is after I read this and you see his face and all that stuff. But I get to do school visits sometimes, and I went, it was actually, I remember it because it was like the day after the Braves won the World Series. It was right at Cahola Creek in their little career day. And there wasn't many kids coming through it, and I'm sitting there, and I'm in, and one kid comes through, and I just remember talking to this guy, and he had the biggest smile on his face. I've never seen a kid smile bigger than this kid did that day. And I'm just talking to you. This is what we are. I said, yes, this is great. I'm going to come here. This is awesome. I was like, okay, awesome. And sure enough, he showed up, and he's graduating today. So most likely to be found dead, still smiling, Walker Brown.
That is a fact. Good job. He's got yours.
Awesome. Thank you. You got that.
You know, I'm not sure of this, but I probably sleep with a smile on my face. I do have a couple of note cards. I'd like to start with the verse that David gave to us, shared with us the other day. Numbers 11:14. I am not able to carry all this people alone.
the burden is too heavy for me. And Elite has taught me the importance of teamwork and support. So I'd like to thank the people that helped carry my burden. And thank you everyone for coming tonight. I'd like to thank all the instructors for always pushing me, making me a better person than I am today, or I was. And I'd like to thank the guys for always motivating me. I'd also like to thank my grandpa. Raise your hand. I'd like to thank my granny for always having lunch for me. And I'd also like to thank my family for helping me chase my dreams. I couldn't do this without y'all, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah. Joseph, I'm not selling you my truck.
He's got a serious superlative. Serious superlative. We'll just say I forgot the serious superlative.
All right, so this next one, we actually had an individual that, believe it or not, Randy's pretty intense, and we let them snack as long as it don't hinder everybody else. So, had one individual that had an apple. There was some things that transpired, but he said, "Yeah, I'll bring you an apple, Mr. Randy." So then this other one that I've got was always kind of buttering up to Randy just a little bit. Trying to, I can't remember if he actually offered him to bring him anything or not, but I think him and Randy was pretty big buddies. Randy had him do a lot of stuff for him. So most likely to bring an apple to his lineman is Peyton Deering. And Randy loves apples, by the way.
He does.
Yes, he does.
I would like to say thank you to all the instructors, the office, and Pastor David. I really enjoyed his character development lessons each Thursday and everything. Welcoming me into his church, going there during the whole time I was here. I would like to thank my family for coming down to Georgia from Illinois, and I really appreciate that. Love you guys, and yeah, thank you.
So we had a serious superlative that I missed right here. I think it was my fault. I should have called it. But
That was me, Shane.
Walker, come back up here. So he was really quiet when he started. I don't know that he really knew what he was getting into. Very out of his box, but he got there. So I think all these guys, we do a survey with all of these students also to kind of coincide with what we actually think, but unanimously good. Wow, I'm from Alabama too. So most improved, Walker Brown.
Very good. Okay. So this next guy, real good guy, but the thing is about this guy, he's got a very, very, very deep voice. Very deep voice. And we think he could do like voiceovers and stuff for like commercials and stuff like that. So let's show this picture up on the screen, please. And we're going to want you to say that line when you get up here. Arby's, we have the meats, okay? So most likely to be the next voice of Arby's, Dylan Goppel.
So before he gets up here and talks, because he's got to talk for 2 minutes because he gets 2 awards, but he was another one that was really, really quiet, and I'm sure his parents would say, like, what have y'all done to this kid? Way out of his shell now. Not scared to talk. You can go ahead and go stand over there. So just like these guys right here, they also thought most overall growth for Dylan. So good job.
Good job.
I don't think my voice is that deep. But, I'll say it first, though, and then I'll say my little speech. Arby's. We have the meats. I'd like to thank the instructors first. Most importantly, Randy and Pointer. I don't know if Pointer's out there. I don't see him now. Okay, well, Randy and Pointer, they looked out for me in a pretty big way, which they didn't have to, so I really do appreciate that. I'd like to my family and my girlfriend for coming out, my biggest supporters, thank y'all, and all y'all for coming tonight, and my classmates for being who they are, and I wish you all the best, and maybe I'll see y'all down the road.
Okay, so this is another one of the Kansas brothers, and this one here, like, and we're talking to the guys, and when we were coming up with superlatives, they're just like, he's everywhere. He's over here. He's doing this thing. Then you turn and you look, and he's all the way up the hill doing this, and then he's over there doing that. I mean, he's all over the place. So most likely to be found doing something everywhere you look, Derek Clayton.
A little bit older and slow.
Still moving faster than you are.
You can't talk just yet, so you get to talk for 3 minutes because you get 3. Yeah, being an older guy, they tend to, for sure, if they've got kids, they know how to operate around these bunch of goofballs and can babysit them just a little bit. Sometimes push them through a lot of stuff that they're probably fighting in their head. So these guys also back here for most encouraging for you.
Good job.
And also, best leader. He really steps out and pushes these guys to do what they're supposed to do, not just in line work and around what we do, but hopefully make these guys grow up to kind of what to inspire to be. So I think that's probably what y'all would kind of say. Hey, he really pushes them to be good in all kind of ways. So there you go, best leader. Now you can talk for 3 minutes.
Well, I definitely don't have a speech, but thank you guys for all that. First of all, I'd like to thank my family, my wife and kids. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have came. They're the ones that talked to them. They're the ones that really okayed it for me to be here in the first place. So without them, I wouldn't have showed up here. They're the ones that pushed me through every day, make it through. It wasn't Randy screaming at me all the time to go. And these guys here too. If it wasn't for my family there and worried about letting them down, I probably wouldn't be here. But these guys also, I want to be a good role model for them, let them know that age doesn't mean anything. When you want something, go get it, fight hard, and always work hard for it. Thank y'all. Love you.
Okay, there is one left. So this individual.
Sit down. Stay right
yeah,
there.
Just stay. All right. So don't show the picture yet. So this person, look, if you ever visited our school while these guys were outside working, it didn't matter if they'd been out there for 5 minutes. If you come up to this person, he was going to be drenched in sweat, and he was going to have mud or dirt or whatever, like, all over him. And I got a picture of him. It's not like the dirtiest I've ever seen him, but there's some dirt on him, a little sweat, okay? And so for this one, most likely to be mistaken for a homeless person, Christian Kehoe.
I swore up and down that he just fell down and wallowed in the mud one day, but you are always filthy. Yep. So you stand right there. You don't move. All right. So this was pretty well unanimous. But Klein Tools, I'll go ahead and give you this, and I'll show you what you get. So best overall. So we could turn him loose with pretty well the crew right out of the chute. Line truck, he knew how to run that, picked it up quick, and really show these guys what to do and how kind of how the whole function happened with how a crew would kind of operate. So there you go. Best overall. Good job. And what you get, Klein Tools has donated.
Oh, boy.
I'll put my microphone down.
Hold on. There we go. There it is. The cooler. And a lot of stuff. Was that the socket holders, socket set, a nice knife, a Bluetooth speaker, and was that a hook? Okay. And a nice cooler. Thank you to Klein Tools, and y'all give it up for Christian best overall. Best overall speech is 10 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, ain't got nothing for y'all really
That's a lie. I know you got it. Go.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get best overall. That's pretty cool, though. I appreciate it. I'd like to thank the instructors. Definitely learned a lot in the last 11 weeks. Especially like to thank Randy. Made me realize I can do a lot more than I possibly could ever imagine. But, yeah, I'd like to thank my parents for coming out here. And I'd like to thank my buddy Weaver for coming all the way up here with him. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a great 11 weeks. Hopefully I don't ever have to come back. Thank y'all.
Guys, that's all of our graduates. Y'all give them a nice big hand. And to close it out, Waylon Hasty.
So I know what time it is. I know you guys are tired of sitting. It's been about an hour, and I'm not going to take a whole lot of your time. I'm kind of like Randy and Joseph a little bit, and one of the things that's the biggest thing for us, I told most of you if you were there earlier today, who they are is what matters. That is really the goal and the driver behind everything we do. We want to teach these guys, and what we teach from like day one on is if you don't know who you are, you can't grow where you are. Doesn't matter the industry, doesn't matter what you do for a living, none of that matters. So in kind of thinking about some closing tonight, obviously we do these graduations 4 times a year, and it's, you know, I've challenged these guys, and I'm going to share some information with you in closing. And I would ask you to support them in this because it's a different thought process. And the thought process and one of those, this idea of what we teach in that character development is what do you believe? Before I go on a little spiel for what you believe, hear me very clearly when I say this. We are a faith-based organization. That is not the route I'm going until I close, okay? When I say what do you believe, we've had conversations, and I've asked them as a team before, do you have that friend or do you have that brother, do you have that cousin, do you have that person in your life that you want better for them, but they don't want better for themselves? They may be on drugs, maybe they don't have a job, maybe they don't think like you think. I don't know what that thing is, but what they've heard and what I'd ask you to do in getting behind them is if you believe it, it is so. And when I say that, I've got some notes right here. And the idea is life will give you what you accept. And we don't want these guys, which is the name of our school, to be average and ordinary. But if they accept average and ordinary, it's what life's going to give them. We desire the very best for them as line workers, as brothers, as sons, as dads, one day, hopefully as husbands. And I'm sharing this with you because we don't want you to see them accept that. Go back to this day and say that crazy guy that used to build power lines, that had a crazy idea, that started a school, told me to tell you what you believe will flow from that. And you don't want average and ordinary for them. But if they accept it, it's what life's going to give them. That's why Randy and Shane and Amy and Jordan and David and Pointer that's not here and all of our spouses and all of our kids have such an energy behind this school. And that's why the name of this school is Elite. because we don't want average and ordinary for them. We don't want them to accept that. We desire more than that for them. One of the last little spills I'll give you, and I'll close with prayer, is in this, we believe that everybody wants to be somebody. I believe that. I believe that everybody has a desire to be somebody. And Randy believes that, and Shane believes that, and all of our staff believe that, and that's why they push these guys the way they do. And to us, the society conversation you'll hear when you go outside those doors right there is going to say, I don't know what we're going to do with the next generation. Let me tell you something with a firm answer. They are bad to the bone. We've seen it. I know what we're going to do. We're going to be all right because we believe that much in them. Don't accept. Don't let them accept average and ordinary. The quote that is one of my favorite quotes is this: the everybody wants to be somebody, and the guy that desires to be somebody will not take no for an answer because he believes he is somebody. So the challenge I leave you with is, what do you believe? I know what they've been taught. You've heard a 3 to 5 minute spiel of what they've been taught in 11 weeks. Our heart and soul is to see better men. There's a male-female debate in the world. There's plenty of males running around. What we need is men. And we are so thankful and grateful that you would share 11 weeks of their life that they can never, ever, ever get back with us. We're not perfect. We didn't tell you we were perfect going in. We're not going to tell you we're perfect going out. We want what's best for them. We made mistakes. There were some days at school these guys may share with you that weren't perfect days. We never said we were going to be that. I know for a fact, I'm not trying to step on any toes, I'm just going to tell you who we are. We believe we are where we are because it's what God has asked us to do. I say that to say to you, we're a faith-based program. We never push that on anybody. One of my very best friends, I can say with a whole heart, that came through this program and graduated, would stand here behind this microphone and tell you that he does not believe. However, he's never experienced a place in his life where he felt more cared about when he came through this program. That's who we are. I'm going to pray and get out of here. If you guys want to take some pictures, we'll stand up here for a few minutes and go. If you don't mind and you're able to, I'd ask you to please stand up. Let's pray together. Lord, we love you. We're grateful that you would allow us to gather tonight. We don't believe it's coincidence. And when we ask the question, what do we believe, in a secular conversation, we don't want these guys to believe that they're average and ordinary. We want them to really believe that they can do things that are above and beyond. It's going to take effort. It's going to take hard work. They're going to get beat up through their careers. I pray that you'd be with them in that. And I pray for the families and friends that are here to support them, you would always remind them that when times are down or when they see their head hanging low, to sincerely look them in the eye and ask them, what do you believe? Because we want what's best for these guys. We believe as a staff and as an organization that your son, Jesus Christ, died for our sins. I'm thankful for that. There's nothing we could do to bridge that gap, and you did it for us out of love for us. And I pray that we always know that love that you had for us is the love we desire to share with the people that you bring across our paths. Thank you for how you bless us. We don't deserve it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you. Good night.